No, you can't relate with it. Never been on the crate with it. In and out of state with it. Fucked up your mama plates with it. Who me? I'm in front of the store with it. Hard to soft roll with it. So kitty, we all with it. MIA to ATL. My niggas got blowjobs. Why? Cause sex sells. Get it? Nigga, I'm back on my dumb shit. They love my lines. I'm back on that one shit.
Welcome to Current Talk Podcast. Live from Current World, where everything is current. I'm FB.
And it's your girl, TammTamm.
And this is Current Talk, the biggest podcast in Connecticut. Got Heaven to Hell in.
Definitely make some noise.
Yeah, we go clap. We go clap. That's what we gonna do. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Alhamdulillah. Thank God. Yes.
As well as we got Chris, Hartford Get the Money in the building. We got it. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we gotta make that noise like
Chris Padilla.
Padilla. We ain't calling Padilla. That's our money.
10 years ago, you couldn't say that.
Nah. How y'all brothers doing though, man?
Hey, man, I was just elated. It was a chance to get out of the office, spend the afternoon with the nephews, and it's a pleasure to meet here. Got to meet Tam. Still cook some espionadas for us. So
Espionada. I like that.
Yeah, espionadas, everything
Sound
good.
fancy.
I got me a bottle of cold water, and I'm glad to be here, man. I feel good. Thank you, Lord.
For the people that's just tuning in, this is the second episode of the podcast. This podcast is a platform for Connecticut. I was scrolling on Instagram the other day, and I'm like, I see pictures and I see things of everybody else, right? But I'm like, we got our own people, our own stars. Like, why do we got to watch the world when the world
Could be watching us.
could be watching us?
I think it's a psychology problem we have. I mean, I don't look at it as a bad problem because people haven't been taught. But imagine now that you know what you know and how far you can go and now knowing what you know. It's different because there's no limit to where current world can go to. And as long as you have that aspiration, the other day I got a picture from a guy in Poland. He bought a jacket and he told me to ship it. I ain't know where it was going. But hey, man, it's 32 years, and what's for you is for you. I mean, that's no more. I guess I have a few things I could say, but that's the one thing that I've learned as a man is that what's for you, what God has for you, nobody can take away from you. And as long as you go with that spirit, that effort, that hard work ethic every day, you're going to get what's yours. And that could be the whole universe.
Amen.
That could be the whole universe, son. And you just got to be able to appreciate it and believe that you can do it. Look at us.
I have a question now that you just brought up Poland.
Mm-hmm.
So in case everybody, watching and he introduced everybody, but everybody has a clothing line in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make me want to start something. I feel like I'm
the
odd man left out and make a TammTamm brand or something.
Mm-hmm.
But what you were bringing up in Poland, do you feel like you have more support from, like we're giving Connecticut at this moment, entrepreneurs, artists, a chance, a platform to be able to voice, their products, what they're into. Do you feel like you get more support from the outside, or local customer
Everybody's
service?
not going to be 100% happy with you. Everybody's, where the thread came off or the button came up. I mean, we are low-level manufacturers trying to express ourselves in terms of our fashion brands. Mm-hmm. So it's a big enough issue to be dealing with manufacturing, printing, making sure that the designs is right. Mm-hmm. It's a big process, but long story short, if I can satisfy my customer, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Okay.
I mean, the balance for
Right.
me is your marketing. So if your marketing can expand to that place, you get money from that place. And if you stay little, you restrict your market, which means you restrict your dollars. So it's all in what you do and how you treat your customer, in my opinion. I don't know.
What do you think?
Me, it comes from everywhere. Me, in the city, they love it. In the city, they love Hartford, so they definitely gonna go with the Hartford game plan. But other cities, I mean, they I ship out too, you know, but more in the city.
Hartford get the money in the building. This brother been doing this clothing thing probably just as long as Heaven and Hell. I wanna say right at the Heaven and Hell dropped his last joint. He came right and did his first joints.
So where did the name come from?
It was more, I was out of Queens, but my mom's from Queens, my father from Brooklyn, but it was just a more Queens get the money, like you said, you know what I'm saying? But it was more, I looked at it like, damn, I mean, anybody could get money. I don't care what you do. I mean, people can work at Dunkin' Donuts. They can work wherever you want to work at, as long as you get the money. So basically, just letting these people know, like, just get the money.
So
man.
it was a phrase. It's like a quote, like an inspiring quote.
Yeah,
so no matter what you're doing, get that bag.
just get the money, man. Just get the money. That's all they go down to.
But Quest, you being real humble right now. I want to take it back to where I met the brother. We went to school together. Long time,
With an FB story.
We got to know because the people need to know this. Like
okay,
the brother being humble right now.
Yeah.
Allegedly, the brother, I want to say the brother had his own area in Mickey Finn's. Is this true? This true?
Yeah.
Hold on. So it ain't. No, that's a good story though.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So with the Mickey Finn, how did I get that story like?
I know where you got that from, but it was more like, that was more like I used to use him. He used to look out for me. He used to order stuff for me to do, one of the owners.
So Mickey Fans used to order clothes from you?
Doug, right?
Yeah.
Doug, cool. Yeah. Mickey Fans.
Did you start like in the trunk? Like, is that how?
Yeah. I started in the car. I was in the van, matter of fact, man, and I was just running around. I didn't have no like name or nothing. It was just regular clothing line.
So you were selling like
regular
like the
stuff.
polos,
the whatever it was.
The designers at that time.
So you didn't have Hartford get the money like as your.
Nah.
Okay. When did that come?
Like
much later on?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
Because I was in the 90s.
I heard
So.
before the store. What was it,
I mean, it was just a rack. It was a
Yeah,
rack.
but before that, it was, let me get that. And I don't know where I got that from. I mean, it was just like the street gave that to me, that it was okay. And my family, the ethics was never taught to take from people and to violate people's property, this, that, and the third. But when you get into a dilemma where you're not being yourself, which I started, you know, you want to date, you want to have nice cars, you want to dress nice. All those things put pressure on you, and then how you gonna live up to those standards? So now you outside doing stuff that you don't got no business, so you can get paper, so that you can maintain these false, unreal standards.
The start of Heaven and Hell. Where the
was,
name came, because
I
the
did
people
that
need to
bid,
know.
and when I did that bid, I realized that there was a God, and the things that you did, you had to be held responsible for. I mean, it sounds easy.
So what year this was?
89, 90. That's when
I feel like I got my first. No, I know.
That's
I
when
got
I
my
came
first
home.
Heaven and Hell piece. It was like 95,
96. So I came home like 90, and I started realizing, I don't gotta steal no more. I gotta give. And all I gotta do is do what's right, and it'll be like heaven. And then on top of it, I started doing some hanging out with this kid named Corey. His real name was Corey Brooks, and that was Raekwon. Raekwon's little brother Kay, and we started politicking. I called this kid from here. His name was Ellis Echeverria. He's still around. He's the best graphic artist this town has ever seen. You hear it? ELLIS.
Say it.
Ellis Echeverria.
Yo, shout out to Ellis Echeverria.
He designed everything. I called him.
So he came
That's
up.
your logo?
I told him what I was thinking.
You gave him the
I
vision?
started realizing that the word consequence meant heaven or hell. If I do the right thing, there's a reward. And if I do the wrong thing, girls pregnant, this, that, and the third, all unemployment, robbing, jerking the connect, all that kind of stuff is hell. And I kept seeing it in my life, and then I started realizing the sun, the light, the heaven. And it was blowing my mind. I was like, damn, all I gotta do is do good, and look at all this bread I'm making. But that ain't where I came from. So by that time, from 94, 95, I came up with Anthony's Clothing on Barber Street. Next thing you know, I got with Ellis, did the designs, and by the grace of God, bro, as soon as the design came out, I sent it to Raekwon and them, and they said yes. Boom, called me the next day and said, come to the Robert Wagner Projects in the Bronx, New York. We're shooting Incarcerated Scarface's video.
Ooh.
Boom.
Oh, that's
Then,
that's one of my
the next
favorite
day,
videos.
they shot Ice Cream at the Queens Coliseum.
Well,
Yeah.
people don't know, y'all young people
gotta
out
be
there,
able to
you got to
understand.
manifest this shit like, that's why I say this is the biggest podcast in Connecticut. I say that because
Say word.
it's gonna be that. And it is that. And manifestation, what you said, my brother.
And I learned that. And then the concept, I started realizing that.
What was your first, because I sell clothes.
What
was your first piece of clothing?
A T-shirt with the logo on it. And
Was it out the store or was it?
No, I was still kind of contemplating the store. And then, like I said, I got the letter from them that they liked it in Staten Island. And then when I got from out the gate, then from there came Video Music Box. Then from there came meeting Lauryn Hill, meeting Wyclef Jean. I mean, it was like phenomenal. All these different artists. And then my man, what's my man, Mr. Williams Bay, Chan Williams Bay, he made it happen somehow up in Springfield. They called me with Jay-Z on it.
But this Young Jay, right? This Young Jay or this?
They had him up in
I remember he got a picture of him.
Okay.
It's a picture of him in your stuff. Now that I'm thinking, he got a bucket on.
But that was
He got a bucket on.
That's what this.
I feel like he got a bucket on it. I remember it's a picture of him with
Hey,
a
he got
t-shirt.
the army.
business deal.
Do you feel like you went, instead of being like, because just the way that you described it, do you feel like you went from the idea, concept to all the way to just Staten Island Raekwon, and then you had the support of the local community? Or was it more so that you had the support of the local community, got that alley-oop from Staten Island, and then it blew up more for you?
I'm going to be very honest with you. This might blow your mind. It wasn't me. I don't even know where it came from.
You
It
think
was
it
the
was
God
that?
in me.
I
God did it. Because I just went where I was navigated to go.
I sent you a picture the other day.
That's what I just, when you
Nas
were talking, Nas
and Fat Joe.
Fat Joe, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nas put it
Hold
on
up,
his, Nas had it on his page.
Yeah, but let me tell you about that. Joe, I got hired by Joe and Macho and all them down in the South Bronx over in Trinity because they had a store. And
560?
Yeah, 560 Melrose. So next thing you know, I was working with them, and then that was more plugs. Then I'm messing with Cuban, and then a Big Pun before he passed, rest in peace. I mean, so it was all coming like at once. And here this kid was from Barber Street, and I'm pushing out product, and I got artists.
Right.
And say, man, I take no credit. I just thank God. And by the grace of God, 30-some-odd years later, it's still pumping. And I just do what I got to do every day. When a brother calls me and he needs something, I just try to treat him as if he just got a call last week from Trick Daddy in Miami. We sent him something. Boom. Chris calls. Boom. Chris called a couple months ago. Got him a sweatsuit. Everybody's a customer, and you got to treat them good. And that's all I do now. And it's whether it's one sweatsuit or 100 sweatsuits, I ain't got no problem filling those.
But that's how you build your rapport.
But you got to understand, like, I never seen, like, I sell clothes, you sell clothes.
Yeah.
I would be, like, if Jay-Z wearing my stuff, yo,
He was on the phone. He said he was on the phone.
You was on the phone with Young Jay with the bucket on. See, he had a bucket on.
Let's reiterate that.
How did you get on the phone
what was
with?
his name? What was they?
Who is all these people you know? Like, how did they?
This was Chan Williams Bay, rest in peace.
So you telling me they was coming to Hartford, Connecticut for the gig?
Chan and Buck Williams Bay. They was giving shows up in Razzles.
Yeah.
This was before
Jay
was Jay.
Shout out to Razzles.
Yeah,
if y'all know, y'all know. Shout out to up North Springfield.
Yeah. So then Buck and Chan, they brought together the show.
So it was Chan and them.
Yeah, they paid Jay-Z. That's when the Dame Dash was there. On the way to the hotel, somebody showed him something. He said, "Listen, come to the Springfield, wherever they was at." But I walked to the room, knocked on the door, and he opened the door. Brought me in the room. Next thing I know,
that's crazy.
when he got out the limo at the venue, about an hour and a half later, he was dipped in heaven and hell, and he said we started doing business. I ended up doing business with the kid Dame Dash before they severed and everything, and that it was like another memory, and it was like another blessing, and thank God. That's the only thing, and I took it.
Okay. All right, we get that. We go, yo.
Imagine
That's a lot right
we
now.
did Puffy.
Yo, that,
We
for
did
y'all
Puffy.
young. So basically, for y'all young entrepreneurs starting up clothing right now, I hope y'all listening to this brother right here.
Marketing
This
is
is
everything, man.
a
You
pioneer right here.
you gotta get your product out
The
there.
marketing, the genuine. You got to be genuine too. You can't be phony about the stuff and stuff like that, man.
You gotta have personality. When I walk up to the artist, how do I keep their attention?
They feel a slight breeze. That's how I feel.
Yeah, you gotta walk up to the people right to get their attention. A few weeks ago, same scenario. Excuse me, Mr. Tracy Fisher. How you doing? My name's Anthony. Next thing you know, me and Tracy Fisher, cool in the gang. Last OG, here we go.
Tracy Fisher, who was this?
Tracy Morgan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
The
just said when
dude
you
that
said
got all
last
the
OG.
Walmart
Yeah, when you
money.
said that.
Yeah.
We call him Walmart money.
That's what.
Yeah, the
What I'm talking
Walmart
about.
truck hit him,
Yeah,
killed
the
his
comedian.
boy. So now he owns Walmart. His name is Tracy Morgan. He has a hit show on TNT called Last OG.
He was messed up for a little bit, right?
Yeah, he was
he's
messed up
back.
for a long
He's
time.
back. He's recuperating, and his first time on stage in 2 years was here a few weeks ago at the Funny Bone.
Oh, I
And
seen
guess
that.
we
I
wardrobe
seen
it.
that,
Y'all dressed him up?
Look, we dressed up Fred. The
Yo,
current world.
shout out,
That's
yo.
all I got. Shout out to
My
Make
first-
some noise. Yeah.
Y'all ain't know,
Definitely
yo.
shout out to
If
Evan.
y'all ain't know, my first episode, I definitely had to have
I
in
love
the house
it, man.
joint, and I
You
killed
definitely
it.
had
I wore it though.
Yeah.
I think
That's what
but-
people don't understand. Like I give these people flowers, like with Chris, with the Hartford Get the Money. We about to get into that too. And just like you, I got my own thing too, but I got to like give flowers to the butt, like the butt. I'm like, yo, your shit is hot.
Oh, that logo's crazy.
You know,
Which
The
one?
H. The H.
I've had
Like,
over the
up and
years.
coming.
I've had.
What,
Did you see that
Come to you and
logo?
ask you how to-
In other words, you ain't gonna do a clothing line in a year. I got 32 in, and I'm still grinding.
Do you
So
think that's
Heaven to
a
Hell is
misconception?
32 years
You know what?
old.
Heaven and Hell came out like 95. I got my copyrights in 95, 90. But my point is, people, it ain't a hit thing. You got to stay with it. You're gonna have some stuff sit on the shelf, but you still got to sell it because that's your investment.
Yeah,
Right.
you gotta stay with it.
And the rent got to be paid, and then the walls got to be painted,
Right.
and you got to look fly, and you got to pay Cecile for cooking the food. All these things is in your product, and you got to stay with it. And you're gonna get one twit sometime. Sometimes I be wanting to say something like he went on a binge about 6 months ago. He was at the casino. You can't do that. And I'm here to tell you, you cannot play in the mud and go back into the clean water. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like contaminating a seed.
You was selling clothing at first.
No. He was selling.
I feel like he was just selling regular clothing. It was
He
good.
never sold
It
nothing
was
that
like,
was regular.
I wouldn't say he was selling purple label. I wouldn't say Chris was.
Chris, man.
Whoever know Chris, we know this is.
Chris was the Nino Brown and Pop
He was
Street.
selling. Other people was going to Macy's to buy polo, but Chris had the purple. Queens in him was in the Queen,
Yeah.
the Coliseum, all that Tito tricks.
He was always the smallest, but the
Y'all
biggest
know
hustler.
Tito tricks. You know Tito
Yo,
tricks.
he
That's
was
a wild
always a
nigga.
hustler off the south end. That's
Yo,
how I remember.
I wouldn't
15,
say he's
20
one of the
years ago.
biggest.
Huh?
I'm from the South. I'm from downtown. I never say I'm from the South. I'm from downtown.
Okay.
I'm
But
from
he was
down
one of
here.
the
If y'all know,
smallest,
y'all
but the
know.
biggest heart.
All right, so you selling clothing.
Yeah.
Shout out to that's another thing. One of the biggest barber shops, longevity, linked up with Connecticut.
Yeah.
Linked up with Chris. Shout out to his brother Ant. One of the longest running barber shops that started at that time when it was that time. We talking about that same time, right? It's 90s, right? What made you like get into the Hartford Get the Money? We get it that it was a cool phrase or it was a cool quote.
Yeah.
Well, what made you feel like let me put something like the logo on some clothing? Like,
Man.
when did that start?
Whew.
Cause
No
you
lie.
like, how long has been? I want to say me and you started around the
3
same
years,
time.
like
3 years.
Yeah,
I think I'm 3 years on it.
I ain't gonna stunt. I mean, I was like, when I came home, I started working. I was like, you know what? I did with the clothes store. I did the trunks. I did the streets. I did everything like with the clothes tip. So when I came out this time around, I wanted to try something different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to get a job. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to play with the streets no more. I just want to get a job, work, and then wait my turn. You know, I came out. I came to Griff. I talked to Griff. I was like, yo, Griff, man, what's good with this, with the heaven and hell, man? He was like, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm about to put it out there more than what you already been out there. Because I was, one time, I was
I feel
in
you took a
Times
break.
Square.
You took a break. He took a break,
trials
right?
and tribulations, though.
Yeah, I
Trials
get
and
that, but
tribulations,
I
you know what I'm
didn't.
saying? Setbacks, you know. But he's here, he's back, and I was in Manhattan. I bought a burgundy army jacket. I remember this burgundy. It was a burgundy army fatigue, and it had the gold zipper. But I look, and I see a skelly, and I'm like, I'm in Times Square now,
Ooh,
and I see a skelly. I'm
you
like,
up
what
there.
the fuck, heaven and hell doing in here?
It was up there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm look, cause I was like, cause I seen that burgundy. I was in the army store, and I seen the burgundy shit. I was like, I ain't never seen a burgundy field army jacket.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want that shit. They was looking for my size, and I was just looking around, and I seen a beanie with the heaven and hell. I think it was red and yellow on the navy blue or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? You all the way out here, and this only New York.
Wow.
So then after I was like, I like the logo. I always loved the logo. About biker jackets. He made me custom to match my motorcycle. My mother's wedding, the last wedding she got married, that was heaven and hell. Suit, I looked like Deion Sanders and shit with the Deion Sanders look. I mean, I did a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I looked up to him as a clothing designer and stuff like that. And then you and Montreal, can't forget about Mont.
Yeah, big up to Montreal, man.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, big up.
Every time we was before the close, man,
Yeah,
we used to
before that.
always, every time, like, damn, every time we bump heads, like, on some other shit, like, but that's my guy, and I love him for putting down the Hartford, man, and that's what, and his family, that's in your family, you know, in the camp, you know, that I, you know what I'm saying, and
it's been family.
and when I came home, I was like, damn, shit, everybody's doing these clothing lines, like, what the hell, man, like, what's going on with that? So I started thinking, I was like I said, Montreal, Griff been doing, I was telling Griff, he was like, go ahead and do it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do something, like, do it, just do it, whatever you want to do, boom. So I was like thinking, I was like, man, get the money, son, get the money, like, get money, we get money. Everything I do is get money, whatever we want to do, get money.
Definitely.
So I'm from Queens, I'm a Mets fan, so you can see, if you really look at those letters, they come for the Mets, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
We ain't know that.
Yeah, that's come for the Mets, man. That
I'm a Yankee
Hartford,
fan,
yeah.
man.
My whole family Yankees. I'm the only.
LaGuardia, you on the
I gotta
LaGuardia
be
side.
on the black side.
side.
Yeah, the black sheep side, you know. So all my family is Yankees, everybody. But I rep, my mom's from Queens, my dad's from Brooklyn and stuff. So a lot of niggas don't know. I'm from, my birth certificate say Brooklyn, yeah. But like my mom's
You
is
rep
Queens.
Queens hard though.
Yeah.
I want to say you got Queens get the money on the chain. I don't know.
Nah. That's Hartford. Got Queens. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm down for whatever. So, but as in the Hartford thing, man, everybody's doing their thing, man, and it's good.
So
it's
you
good.
came up with Hartford. Here it go right here.
Yeah.
Here it go right here. That's why I put it right here so the camera can see. Like, this is, and the quality is great. The quality is, this is actually.
Where the bag at?
Bag? No, we don't want to bring those bags around.
No.
Nah, them bags are done.
Here you go right here. We also.
Yo, show the bag, yo. Them bags.
What's your favorite piece to design?
Yeah, with the clothes thing, I just noticed, like, with the fashion shows. I know you've been to a lot of fashion shows and stuff like that. But when you see a piece of clothing, that clothing didn't just come out. That clothing was already processed like a year or 6 months before it came out. So that is like, it's kind of crazy for me. I just go off the head and I come up the next day.
That's how FUBU started. basically what happened was, they was hustling out of their car. They was working at what was that, Red Lobster in Queens, and basically got tired of doing all that. Came up with a market, came up with a line, took the line on the road, and wrote more than $300,000 worth of orders. Came back to New York, and they looking around like, okay, well, we're gonna get this $300,000 to produce this merchandise. Got hooked up with Norm the Weisfelds, some big people that's to this day is still up on like the 57th floor of the Empire State Building in Manhattan. And from there, Samsung tied into FUBU. The contracts were signed. They produced the first products, and that's what happened. So basically, you can take these tops. You go to a trade show, you go to a Vegas show, and you hang them up in your booth.
Just like
Somebody
this.
overseas come and say, "Give me $1 million worth of that." How you gonna produce it?
You know what? Since you bringing that up, I don't
Just
want
like
to put
this.
your business. Let me put my glasses back.
Oh shit.
I don't want to put your business out.
I
heard
heard
through the
$1 million.
I heard
Man,
through the
shake for the
grapevine you
juggler.
told having the house.
No,
Is this
my
true?
thing, no, it's not true. My thing was I'm like what your boy Prince says, own your masters. I still own Heaven and Hell to today. I had a
You had
contract.
momentum going.
Okay,
Your
listen.
momentum was crazy.
From 95, 96, I signed with some people in Pakistan. But
From 90?
95 to 96.
Shout out to
I
Pakistan.
did a license deal.
Shout out to all my people in Pakistan.
Yeah,
man.
Lahore, Karachi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Karachi is crazy.
Yeah.
If y'all want to get on, manufacturers, tell the people in Karachi, tell them I say. No, it's the right ones though. It's a bunch of gimmicks going on out
So
there.
95, 96, I signed a license deal. What that meant was I owned the rights to Heaven and Hell. I licensed it to somebody to manufacture.
Out there?
Out there.
In Karachi?
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
But they were set up in North Carolina. They still, to this day, live in North Carolina. So they were what they call sourcers. So what they would do was basically I would send the designs to North Carolina. They would send the designs over to Pakistan. The package would come back. Next thing you know, I had big investors that said we will back you to produce all these products.
What's the first thing to do for a young? Because we got young people tuning in and stuff like that. What is
Make
the
sure
first?
you know who's making all your stuff. You got to know what's being made. You got to know where your product is and make sure ain't none of your product going out the back door.
Let's say Tammy in Karachi over there in Pakistan. I'm sending her over a logo. She's making my clothes. So what you saying is maybe she could be flipping and bouncing your shit somewhere else?
Let me put it to you this way. Jay-Z and let's just say Sean John Puffy. The only way they're able to produce Rockaware overseas and be able to secure all the interests of the company properly, you gotta have somebody in the warehouse. This ain't no different than the drug game, fam. You can't have nobody handling your business without somebody watching. You gotta know what's being made. And if you overseas and you here in America, you can't.
So you saying people like in overseas they could grab your logo,
They could
make a shirt, and then all of a sudden they do it in another town out and whatever.
The biggest
That's
thing.
that's what that means.
The biggest thing is invoicing. In other words, they send a company a bill for $5 for the T-shirt, but the T-shirt really only costs $3 to make. But they got 1,000 pieces that they made for $5, but the bill was only for $3. So those 1,000 pieces times the $2 short, they pocketing $2,000 on that particular T-shirt. And then if you got 5 or 6 different pieces spread out throughout your line, and you got somebody shaving what they call cooking the books, it's the bottom. It's just like the music game, man. You gotta own your rights to everything you own.
So basically, y'all youngers out there thinking y'all can put a logo on a T-shirt, and
Get it from
y'all go get away
overseas.
and go. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
So you signed a deal.
Yeah, I had a licensing deal. They were manufacturing my product. That's when Heaven and Hell was crazy.
For the people that don't, what is a licensing
A
deal?
licensing deal is when I own the rights. If you go to the trademark office right now on your phone and punch in Heaven and Hell, the registration is going to come up under Anthony Griffin.
Okay, so
I took my logo.
Is that something we need though?
Yeah, you need that. I mean, it's for ownership and proprietorship.
Okay.
It's business. I mean, at some point you got to learn how to do business too. And so that's what I was learning dealing with the people from Pakistan. So long story short, 2003 came. I had been traveling with FUBU. I'd have been all over the world. The brand is, we got money in the bank. Then we got inventory in the warehouse. The name is big. And I'm like, wow, look what God did. And look, and I had never been to college for none of this. This was just like common sense hustling with God infused. I was just like, I didn't know how it was happening, man. Jay-Z, Puffy, Oprah, stuff with
Wait, hold on. Bring that back. You said Oprah?
I did some stuff with Oprah, Miss Gayle King. Miss Gayle King, Oprah's girl is from here.
I know.
So and it's been unbelievable.
This is
and I get up every day, Tam, and I treat it like the same. And I encourage any young kid, never give up, keep creating your designs. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, that's whack. Oh, that's whack." But how many times they're gonna say that's nice before they say that that's whack? I mean, so you just gotta keep expressing yourself, and you can't quit. You can't quit. And I mean, and it's like before you knew it, 2003 came. I was out of the deal.
When year y'all closed down over there on Barber?
Okay, so 2003. So from 3 to about 7, 2008, that's when the flow was. But then it's got crazy, like the late 2010, 2012, people started getting arrested. Retail in Hartford wasn't what it was. And all the revenues that I had generated through those 6, 7 years of successful having the hell, I had invested it in different property, whatever. And so now I was coming back to the reality that I missed having the hell. And then I had gotten, everywhere I went, it was like somebody was saying something.
Right.
And I want to say I called Chris. Shout out to my man Humphrey from Hartford Headliners. I talked to him because he's my barber. And you know, you go to the barber, you be kicking in with people at your barber shop. I'm like, I want to bring this Heaven to Hell back. Next thing you know, I took a label and I had somebody sew the label on the hat. And somebody said, wow, I remember that. And that was, I want to say, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And this thing popping all over.
I got into the game because shout out the Amazing Gift, shout out to my brother Montreal and stuff. I was feeding him idea. He was like, "Yo, Fred, you need your own thing." And during that time, I felt like I was missing Unc, but he came back. I called him Unc, and he came back with it. And then I seen Chris Hartford get the money do his thing, and it's like Hartford was on his job because
we like the last
because and
out of our era.
And that's why we
and
do this.
Everybody is like 50 right now, or older than 50, but we still there.
Hey, Chris.
I was gonna be like, hey.
No, I'm saying like most of the guys we ran with, basically, like I ran with, all the guys are like 50.
Shout out to Pooch, man.
42. I'm 42 and I don't even look it. But I was around older dudes all the time. So
shout out to Pooch, hip stop.
Shout out to everybody. I mean,
rest in peace, Splat.
And that's what this current talk is about. This is about a platform for Connecticut, Hartford, and the brothers just like y'all, man. Y'all legends, man. Y'all legends,
Absolutely.
like. Chris, just because he's younger than you doesn't mean. I feel like he's just, like I said. When you sold your last piece, it's like he sold his first piece. And we legend. That's what this current talk thing is about, and that's what I want to do.
You know, like when I seen the fly, I was like, yo, this dude crazy. I was like, yo, what the hell?
Fly,
he put grip
Hold on.
in.
I gotta remind FB because FB.
I said, yo, man. That nigga 30 something.
Not lying. I feel like he the first one that put us on Avenue.
It was
I used to take the K bus all the way to Barber Street, and everything was a size 5X.
Yeah, big as hell.
Everything was big.
But that was the style.
But I still remember.
And to this day, he'd throw the little jab at me. He'd be like, yo, Chris, you got a 5X for me?
He probably did. You
No,
probably
and,
did.
and it messed with me. Now I gotta get that 5X because there's a lot of big dudes still out there.
Yeah.
And I'm only going up
Yeah.
to 3X.
Yeah. Me too.
Look
me
at
too.
it. It's
me
a lot
too.
of
me
big
too.
dudes
yeah.
that want 4,
He got
5.
me.
So he
Matter of
like,
fact, he supported. He was here.
That's-
He was there.
that's
Shout
the
out
key.
to Aunt, man. My grand opening. He came here, and I had a 3X. It probably ain't fit him, but he still
Come
bought
on,
it.
we
Yeah.
get the
He
family.
still
family
bought it.
got
He
that.
supported
Yeah,
me
it's
that
all
day,
good.
man.
5X.
But
Man,
everything was
what you need.
5X. But you gotta remember,
It's still
back in
out.
that era,
Style.
everything.
Tam, I need you to defend
I was
me.
wearing the 2X.
When I was getting product from overseas, it came in size scales. So it came from
Overseas.
large to 5X. So I mean, it wasn't the manufacturing
Was
back
it
then
3?
was on point. It was
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
packaged in large to 5X. So I mean,
You
it's
get
just-
two. You get two different ones. You get like probably more like little sizes,
Yeah.
and then the other pack will be more bigger sizes.
So based on the people, the sources.
But you know they littler over there. So
No,
the
what you
XL
gonna-
over
no,
there is
no,
really
no,
a large
see, that's
over
another
here.
thing
Yep.
about you got to understand your specs.
Yep.
So my extra large might be a 32-inch spec, and then your extra large might be a 32.5 inch. Every company is gonna be different. And
yeah.
it's okay. But that's why everybody needs to try something on. So that's why I totally shift the whole game now, and I say, come sit down, take your time, let's me measure you, let's put you in a nice sweatsuit. So that's the service that I offer now. It's not a retail operation. I'm not sitting there all day, 10 to 6, 7 at night. I'm not doing that. I done put those years in. Now it's by appointment, and if I can see 2 or 3 customers a day, satisfy those 2 or 3 customers a day, I'm at peace with that. That's why I'm at. That's my habit. And that's what I encourage people to do with this thing. Start trying to find your heaven.
And that's what just like with the brother, like, man, what people don't know, they had it. Shout out, I gotta keep saying these things because these is stamps. Connecticut's. The brother they had a store
Across the street.
inside the store.
I think you had. No, you went back. Go ahead. You can go.
You had a store across the street too. Across from your brother.
Yeah. But the barber shop, you was right in the basement. That back. That was when I first started, like 96.
I didn't know. Yeah, we got it because we gotta
that
get
was
the
in the
brothers
basement.
flowers, man.
Yeah.
We gotta get the brothers flowers.
That was with the velours. Everybody was tearing up them.
Yeah, the velour.
The
You had the
Nietzsche
velour,
velours.
Yeah,
The Nietzsche velours. I tore them up, man.
Where you was
I
getting
told
it?
them
So
up.
you was
Yeah, I was going up
where
top.
you was getting this stuff
All
from?
my stuff was coming up top. I was
Yo.
always moving. When y'all was getting Russells, I was up top getting
Yo,
guests.
we was getting Russell. And I ain't gonna lie, you know what? He was
Yes.
ahead. Yo, like I said,
Everything,
I went
yes.
to Court Meadow with the brother. The brother was
I was
shopping
already
Court Meadow.
driving to New York, man. I was already driving.
Me too. That's why I feel like
I
me and
told
you
you
the
he was
same
the
people.
littlest
I was
dude, man.
already.
My
I was
first
going
car
up
was
top
like
crazy.
14,
I was
man.
going
I
up
was
top
out
at
there.
Court Meadow,
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
But this brother is like he had a better manufacturer or something.
Yeah.
Just keep putting out good product, man. Keep taking care of your customers. And most importantly, the people, y'all need to support us. Be able to support us because
I want
you
to.
supporting them other brands.
So
and
what's
you don't know nothing about them. You can't even tell me the first thing about them.
Can't forget these wonderful empanadas right here.
Yeah,
Yes.
bigging up the empanadas.
Our sister.
We gotta bring this up. We gotta do
I'm
this.
gonna need you
We
to
can't
say it
forget.
right though. Practice.
Can you say it?
Sass and savor for all y'all white people.
Sass and sabor for the boricuas.
Okay,
Cause I felt like I wanted to say that shit sazon. I was saying it wrong. Shout out to my family, the best empanadas in the world. Make sure y'all check this.
She does catering.
She does catering.
She got veggie stuff. So hit her up.
That was peace too. It's good. No grease.
Yeah, we're gonna throw the social media up.
Sass and sabor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sass
So
and
when
savor.
y'all finally see this, y'all see the
Yeah.
y'all see the link up there. Cecilia, Sassy, y'all already know some of the best empanadas. She does catering. She also does the
veggie
she
stuff.
She does everything. I
I
got
used to
word
rap.
yesterday.
Yeah, I
I was
used to
talking
rap.
to shout out to Bugs.
Yeah, Bugs, my guy. Yeah.
Got a little insight that you was doing music. I never knew this part about the music. Like, what was that about?
It was more late. I used to do music back in the days, man. Me and my people used to do music, and that wasn't giving me money at the time, so it wasn't more like I can't
But the
sit
music,
there.
you got to remember now, the music ain't giving us money. But it's
Yeah,
like
but
an
no, this was
investment.
like in the 90s though. This is in the 90s.
Oh, that's
so it's
early
like,
music.
Yeah, no. So it's like, yo, like, is this gonna make me money right
So
now?
y'all had a studio too?
Yeah, after the fact, I opened a studio for the local inner city kids that really ain't had the bread, whatever. So I just threw them in my store. I had a store. I had the Connecticut.
Over there? So
I
the
had did
studio was in Connecticut?
Yeah, in the basement.
Wow.
So what I did was I spent a
That's
little
what
bread.
people don't know.
I spent a little bread.
You let the kids come in there and rhyme and stuff?
Yeah,
That's
man.
what people
That's
don't
dope.
know though.
That's
This
dope.
is
That's
the
dope.
Little Bugs
That's
used to
dope.
run it. I used to send him down there. He used to stay down there and then record other people and all that. I deal with a lot of people that's in the city for the music, man. And then it was a time that I went to New York. And I met
You had equipment down there?
Yeah, it was recording down there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was recording down there, and it was like everybody couldn't do no music because they didn't have the money to pay for the studio.
It's a lot of talented kids around
Yeah,
that don't
so
have
they
the
didn't-
opportunity, the means,
they
to
didn't-
know how to do
Yeah,
something.
so
that's-
these people were charging all this money for studio
Yeah.
time, and these kids don't really got no bread like that at the time. So it's like, you know what? Go in there, do your thing, man. We need this. I'm not gonna say no other names, but there's a lot of other rappers that was down there that recorded.
Yo,
in
I
my
never
studio.
heard. I never knew about these stories.
Yeah.
Like, yo, yesterday I talked shout out to Bugs, which is
That's my little
now
guy. He's doing his
I
thing.
feel like he's a fucking one of Elite's great artists of Connecticut.
I
But
like him, man.
he said he was when I brung up Chris and get the money. He was like, yo,
It's like my little
he
nephew,
had a
man.
fucking studio. I said he had a studio. They had a barber shop.
Clothing
That's why you
store,
hear, my brother, we
and
gotta
studio.
give you a
Yeah,
flower.
yeah,
You had a clothing store, a barber shop, and then you had a studio in the basement. What else?
That's like one-stop shopping.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah,
We gotta
We had the whole corner lit.
shout out to that corner.
Yeah,
that
I got
shit.
caught up, man, in a little motorcycle accident. Couldn't walk for like 8 months, 9 months. That's the reason why that my store closed. Don't think no other less, but I had a real bad motor. I almost died in a motorcycle. I
We
was on
didn't
the
know
R1,
that,
man. Yeah, I
God
hit a
bless you
pole.
here.
I hit a pole, and yeah, man, I'm here. I'm living.
Yeah, you definitely
When I
here.
came back out, I was like, yo, man, like I said, man, I knew him. He been doing it for so many years, and Montreal and you with the Hartford thing, and I was just like, yo, you know what, man? I'm digging this, man. So let me see if I can put my own price.
You
now.
already was
Can
in
I-
that field.
Okay, I'm tired of like getting stuff with that tag. That tag say $30. They want 15 wholesale. Nah, we're not doing that no more. Cause I'm only gonna sell it. What if it's 30? I'm gonna sell it for 25, 20. I'm gonna spend $15 to make $5.
So what's the next thing for Hartford get the money? Like
Oh man, I forget the money about that.
we go I know we go keep going with this. We can't stop now.
I got the whole Pakistan email texting me, man. I'm like, yo, I got.
Well,
so
Unc
much-
was saying
yo,
the
man, they
the
all
manufacturers,
in my-
they
yeah,
on
man,
you.
they go, please, yo. I'm like, yo, listen, bro. I do this, bro. I do it
So
myself.
you
Leave me
trying
alone,
to
bro.
you stay in their house?
Yeah, until I really can make some sales. If I can make some sales like Mickey Fans Corner.
And another hold on, that's
Like-
what I meant to see. I bought a hat. That's a part of you? It gotta be.
It ain't.
I mean, why not?
I mean, shit, man. Like I said, man, everybody got to eat. So it's like, whatever, man. You do what you do, man. If you do it, do it. If you're successful at it, take it, run with it. It's not patent. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Officially
welcome
mine.
to Fabulous Hartford. That was you. I seen you did it first, right?
Yeah.
Am I right or
yeah,
wrong?
Yeah. I did it first. Yeah. But
I
I'm
went
gonna.
on vacation.
It's crazy because my
I know
guy,
it's the
Rick,
the
he
Vegas
hit me.
joint.
Rick hit me like, yo, what's up with that logo, man? And I was like, what you talking about? What logo you talking about? He said, that's my shit. I said, what you talking about, bro? He sent me the thing. He got the tattoo of that shit. I was like, I posted it. Yeah, man. Kiss the sky, my guy.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So he hit me with that. So he was like, yo, you took my idea. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, it's already out there. I mean, I posted a tattoo up, all that, But yeah, when people call me in the morning, was like, yeah, man, just somebody got hats, man. Got hats with the heart welcome. I was like, that wasn't me.
I got it.
I mean, that shit
I
fire.
support it. That shit
That
fire.
shit fire. I fucks with it. I'll make you a
Pooh,
shirt.
shout out to Pooh.
Yeah, shout
I
out
need
to
it.
Pooh.
Yo, shout
Yeah,
out to
take a
Pooh.
picture
This
of
time.
that. Send me a picture of that hat. I can make you a hoodie to match that hat.
Yeah, so we doing a couple, man.
We're gonna go back to Crenshaw.
So besides the basement joint,
I'm in my store. A big bus pull up on the side. Big old like
we talking
tour
about
bus.
on New Bernard.
Yeah,
This the
yeah.
the
He
barber
was
shop
parked
over
on the
that
side.
way.
Yeah, he came. He pulled up on the side.
What?
Yeah, but he didn't get out the tour bus though. Some other dudes came out the tour bus, so you know they came to the store, whatever. He was like, I got this upcoming rap or whatever.
But y'all
whatever.
knew y'all told him to pull up there or
Nah, man.
God like
It
unsaid
just
the
came
God.
through. It just came through. So then it was like, oh my guy, we from LA, whatever. We just looking for some, whatever.
And
like,
this young.
Yeah, so
This young.
yeah,
I
so,
don't want to say
so,
the name yet.
so then I was like, yeah. Tell him to come out the bus. So he come out the bus. He come in the store. I'm looking at this nigga like, who the hell is this dude, yo?
You thinking it's Snoop, probably.
Yeah. So I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? He just came in with a thing of all the CDs, whatever, a little rollie and the thing, whatever. He's like looking around. He's like, damn, yo. He said, this you? I said, yeah. He said,
Wow.
damn, this shit right here. He was like, he was already knew what he was about to do. He was
That's
just like,
before
yeah,
he did with.
all that. He was already into the mixtapes, but it wasn't really that buying the whole block back and doing all that store stuff, the clothing lines and all that.
Yeah.
He was just
Damn,
doing
so
music.
you part of that.
So then
You that motivate. You
so
motivated him.
so then he gives me a number. So they trying to fly me to Cali. I told Buzz, they trying to fly me to Cali. They like, yo, just get the ticket plane and you good. And I was like, nah, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? So I called again. They called me. They was like, yo, I'm gonna be in Rhode Island. I'm gonna be in Rhode Island with the gang, the rapper from the West. Yeah. So we'll go up there. I take Buzz. I said, yo, Buzz, you wanna take a ride with me? I said, Buzz, come with me, man. He's like, yeah, because I always took them to New York, do videos.
They young though.
Yeah,
He told me like 15.
Yeah, I took them. I said, come on, man. So we went. I went up there. I'm looking, boom, I'm trying to call. They're not picking up. I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? They told me to come up here. So they was like, yo, pull up in the back on the side. They had another bus. Two buses. That Game had his bus, and Nipsey Hussle had his bus. You know what I'm saying? And I took Bugs with me. I brought him with me. I was like, I need y'all to hear this, man. I need y'all to hear him. This is a little, he coming up, a little young. Went on the bus, bro. Nipsey was like, yo, go ahead, let me hear some shit. So the nigga just flowing Bugs on the bus with Nip. Just flowing. Yeah, he flowing with the... And
Nobody ain't get no footage of that.
Nah, man. And that guy with, I don't know his name, bro, but he's that dude, man. He's a white guy with the bald head. That's what all the rappers all the time. I don't know his name, but that's the one that I was talking to, man. He be with everybody, man. He's from Queens, too, man. Bald head guy. Yeah, and I met Nips, and then another time he called me. He was like, yo, meet me on 30th Street. I got a studio over there in New York. So I go up there to New York. I'm about to go in the building. Fucking Pistol Pete. I'm in the elevator with Pistol Pete. Kill all rats. I'm in the elevator. This nigga like this. Yo. I'm in the elevator like this. Who you, yo?
Man.
Yeah, home got his hand in his
y'all.
Yeah, he got his hand in his
The
pocket.
biggest podcast is Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm looking at his hands. I'm like, I don't even know this nigga, but I know Scarface is for life.
Of him, yeah.
I know Scarface is for life.
Yeah.
Put in Scarface is for life so you can see who Pistol Pete is, man. And yeah, so he was like, who you here for? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm about to go see Nip. That's where you just came from, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm going up with you. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then he got this other name. Shout out to Jukebox Crazy Motherfucker from New York. He was in the elevator with him too. So I don't know what the fuck going on.
That's
so
a Harlem. He had to be a Harlem.
Yeah, so I go up
Jukebox.
top.
That was up
So
there.
I go up top. They say, yo, meet me on the 14th floor. But there's only 13 floors. I'm like, what the fuck? You know when I used to smoke a lot of weed at the time. So I'm like, 13th floor, the 14th floor, but they only say 13.
Yeah, it
So
felt
I was already
yeah,
like, what
you was
the
on
fuck
that. You
going
was on
on?
that.
That's
You
a
was on
VIP
that.
shit.
Yeah. So I got out the 13th floor. They said, yo, go around the back and go up the stairs. So when I went up the stairs, that's when Nipsey was up there. He was like, yo, showing crazy love. And yeah, man, it was just like, yo, come to the West, man. But I can't, man. I got the store going on. I had my own music. And then I met Pistol P, and that was it, man. Me and Pistol P got tight as fuck. And I was with TS for a minute. Yeah, Fat Joe jumping in their video. They wanted me to be like in the videos, but I got footage in the back scene. I'm not trying to be really in the front like that. But yeah, the music thing it was in the music, the clothes, the
We
cars,
never knew
the
that,
jewelry,
like, we never knew that, man.
all that was in. Yeah, music was my thing, man. But it's like it wasn't bringing me no bread at the moment. I needed.
And that's the way the music thing is. We don't. It's like it's not.
It'll take flight. It'll take flight. It's gonna
And
take
it's headed
time.
there. It's headed there. It's
Yeah,
headed there.
yeah. Then it's like, man, nowadays these kids, they get this money and they just go crazy, and it's like, yo, you're building yourself up to get killed. What are you doing? You're building yourself up to do that? What are you doing? When you want to do this music, you want to do the music, and what you gonna do with the music, and what you gonna do out of the music?
Because
Are
the
you
rapper's
doing this
life-
to do this, to be seen and have money, and then like, are you doing this to take the money and invest it and do something else with it? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, man, the music is kind of tricky, man. And it's like a bunch of, like, you know how we talk, it's a bunch of guys in this shit. So it's like, you got guys that are blackball, that are, yeah, let me sign you, give you some bread. Your stuff ain't never coming out. So you want to be independent. You want to be like how these dudes do it, man. Independent all the way, man. And like you said, got your stamp, own your masters. You see Jigga's already, like, man, beyond, you know what I'm saying? But music is fishy, man. That's why I didn't really want to get too deep into it.
But we just had to bring that up because I ain't, like I said, I didn't know you was in the music.
Yeah,
But that was an early. I feel like you was early in the music before any of these.
Long time ago.
Long time
so like
ago.
when the rappers see me, they used to think I even Rick, remember that time what we did? You did something up in the north. With the Wu Tang on the Wu Tang. Yeah. I pulled up. I was with Cap. Man, Capadonna. I was a big Wu fanatic, man. But you know, Cap was
Wu,
my
man.
guy,
Wu
man.
was one of the biggest.
Who's the
Yeah.
club then where Poppers was at? What's the name of that? On right there with downtown.
Oh, you going
Bourbon.
back?
Bourbon.
You going back? You
Bourbon
going
was
back?
that?
You going back to
Talking about Poppers right on the
Union
corner.
Station? Shout out to
Right on the
Union
corner, right?
Station.
Yeah.
Union
Oh,
Station.
okay.
Yeah, so we had Ray there.
Yeah.
It's been
I was
a hell
what
of a career, man.
I was like one time. So we go to the thrift store. So I'm like, where we going? He's like, we're going to the thrift store. I didn't know we was going to the thrift store. So I walk in the there with
Who
Capadonna.
said that? The artist?
The artist's manager. Capadonna's manager. It was the manager, right? That you was talking to? Or you was?
7 on Divine.
So I go over there. I'm with Capadonna's and Griff's like, what the hell you doing? Yo, we was chilling the whole night. Took him to the mall, took him everywhere, man. Had guy, and this young. I was 15 years old.
I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it.
15,
That's
16
right
years
after
old.
Quart Middle. We was in Quart Middle. Like I said, the brother, man.
Yeah.
Man, I want to say he had gold teeth back then.
Yeah.
He was definitely ahead of his time, man.
Selling beepers.
Yeah. He was selling, shout out to Tibby's, man.
Yeah, so I was
The
cutting through
illest
all
beepers
of
in the
them.
world,
Yeah, I was
man.
cutting through all
All
of them.
that, though, man. But
In-house, I was selling beepers in-house.
yeah, man. But yo, man, this is Current Talk
Yeah, man, shout
podcast,
out to
man. This is what it is, man. We needed to hear these stories. Like, it's more to this, man. So y'all youngins out there, y'all hear the stories from the OGs. Like, don't think y'all could just jump in the game. Like, do your research. Do your study on something. You feel me? Like,
Know what's
don't
gonna
just
sell.
know what's gonna sell. Don't do it because you think it look cool
Yeah.
to do. Like,
Man,
man,
invest a lot of money into nothing, to getting your money, trying to get your money back.
there you go. Because this game foul.
Can y'all tell the people how to reach y'all in case they want to
That's what.
get something made
Yeah.
or, you know,
We
what's
wanna-
the best way to get in touch with y'all?
IG, man, and Facebook, basically. That's what I'm running off of right now. I got a website, all that, but it's just like work so much and do so
Shout out
much.
your handles though. Tell
Yeah,
everybody
what-
how to reach you on
How
IG
they
and
how
stuff.
they can reach you?
Yeah,
I'll
just-
forget the money.
Yeah.
I forget the
the money all the way through.
Okay.
I mean, just under Anthony Griffin, we usually use the
Anthony
Afro
Griffin on Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not even on Instagram. I don't
You got to get big on that.
Yeah, I keep telling
I
them.
be trying to have somebody handle it.
I think it's officially having to
Yeah,
have, right?
I'm officially about to launch this, one of my first publications, a book coming probably by,
Yeah, so
hopefully
what
by the
y'all,
first, second
that's
quarter.
what's coming up next?
Yeah, so I got a whole different kind of
Novel?
approach.
You doing a novel out
it's
here?
actually it's a business curriculum.
Okay.
And it's going to be A to Z.
Schooling the
get
youth?
it done. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
So
Fire.
it's gonna be A to Z.
Fire.
How you
Go.
get? I mean, I do get a lot of funding from that now, but it's just that's the story I wanted to tell. I mean, that's something that I thought could be more beneficial if a kid knew how to do it.
Right.
Yeah, they say once you know better, you do better. So we're trying to finalize putting together this book. Hopefully, God willing, it should be out by second quarter of 2022.
That's awesome.
I'll be back with that.
I mean, man, you already know, y'all brothers, man, y'all inspire me on what I do. Like,
It's all good. I'm glad we could be able to come through.
man, this was great. TammTamm. In case y'all ain't know, this is the best journalist in the world. This is Current
Can we
Talk
start with Connecticut
Podcast.
first?
Yeah,
Best journalist in Connecticut.
and Chris, what Chris got going?
Me, I'm looking more for the kids and the ladies and basically businesses. That's what I do a lot. I do a lot of stuff with a lot of businesses that a lot of people don't know. Like they got food trucks, they got bars, basically businesses. I don't like really throw it out there like that, but I do a lot of stuff for other companies. Just trying to, you know
So
what I'm
they
saying?
can
Look
reach
to
out
see.
to you on
So that's why
personal.
I'm more, I'm trying to get that corner. Once I get that corner, that's what I'm on. I need that corner and make you famous, man. That's what I need. I need to make you famous. I need to
In my
stay
mind,
a little
in
help
my
get the
mind,
money.
you had that corner. I feel like you ain't telling me the whole. Yo, you had that corner and make me fans, man. These my brothers. We just go close it up.
Yeah, thank y'all for turning into a
Yeah,
Current
man.
Talk
Peace.
podcast.
And God bless you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just keep doing you, man, and go with the flow, man. Everything be alright, man.
Just call me.
Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.